Like, it's just seamless. It just seems like the future, really. From my experience, from the second it went in, it's been faultless. If I could put all those card transactions through Peasy rather than tills, I probably would if I could. I think after about an hour, we all stood there and went, "Yeah, that was a good choice." I'm Reece Tyre. I'm the food and beverage operations manager here at Allerton Golf Club. So I look after the beer garden, the restaurant and the event space as well. So Allerton Golf Club is a golf club first and foremost, and then we have a number of food and beverage outlets here. We have a restaurant, a wedding venue, and then we also have a beer garden as well, where we've implemented Peasy. At the golf club we serve a range of spirits, draft beer, wines, all your usual you'd expect to receive at a bar. So I started in the middle of March when the beer garden was closed. We looked at how we would open the beer garden for this year. It just made sense for me. I've used Peasy as a customer before, and I also looked at putting in one of my other venues before I came here. It just made sense. It seemed like the perfect venue for it, so that's what we did. So I was at the Suites Hotel. We looked at putting it in, and then we eventually ended up deciding to build our own web page with like an email that got sent to her. It was a nightmare. This outlet here is, it's essentially an event space, and it almost feels like you've got an outdoor function room for 800 people every day. So it's very, very different. With Peasy, we've been able to cut out the lines at the till. We've been able to cut out, the delivery of drinks. And I think nowadays, most customers, when they come to a venue like this, they expect to be able to order on that app, don't they? So the big one for me, is just the volume. Like, the volume here is just insane. When this was originally built, this beer garden, the idea was we were going to do 200-300 people out here. Now it's just way, way beyond that. And if we were to do the volume just over the bar with people paying as they go, we'd have a line down the street. So Peasy's been able to help with that. So the big one for me is it takes out the input error. It takes out the staff member having to put things into the till. It takes out the payment. We would rather everything go through the app because it's just faster, it's easier. It's almost like we've employed the customer to input all the orders and take their own payment. So we've done like a little offers subcategory on there, where we've done some bin and wine at a really reduced price, which has been great. A lot of people have been buying that, just to help reduce our stock holding. We also, manage our categories with what brand we want to be at the top or what brand we want to be at the bottom. So we personally put all our more premium brands above the house brands, and it just seems to be that people see that brand first. They do click that before they would scroll all the way down to the bottom and choose the cheaper one. At the minute we're putting about 65% of our orders through Peasy, and then about 85% of all our orders are card transactions. So we would, for me, the only reason why we're not pushing more orders through is because of the wait time, and that's nothing to do with Peasy. It's to do with us being able to get the drinks out fast enough. So at the time menus, they just drop in and out. So when a menu ends, the next one starts. It's just seamless for us. Across our site, we have maybe 4 or 5 different food menus, and it just slots in and out without any issues. We don't have any trouble whatsoever. Also with like cut-off times, last orders, we're able to just establish that time, say that's when we're closing, and all of a sudden, you're no longer able to order. It's not like at the bar, when you keep getting people coming up. It's when we're done, we're done. So the reason why we decided to put it out in the stable was the golfers. A lot of the golfers, tend to sit on the table the furthest away where nobody can see them, and then they'll have to get up, walk in, get somebody's attention, and then somebody's got to go out with a menu, and you're just adding time to the service. Whereas now, the guys can sit out there and they can scan the barcode and they can order a coffee, or they can order, we've got a dog menu on there at the minute, so they can order a dinner for the dog and it just comes straight out to them. So it's almost like, the guests are happier because they're not having to chase a staff member, and the staff are happier because sometimes people sit miles and miles and miles when they get forgotten about. So it's eradicated that, really.
Very easy.
Very quick.
Yeah.
Defo, like sometimes I go out with my dog and it's just, effort to unlike tyre lead, go get a drink, but it's much easier, works better. We're here to watch the game as well, so it's like you don't want to miss the game to go up and get a drink, so it is like a lot better.
Yeah, I think for us as well, you know, like I've worked at Anfield in the past, you get a big, massive rush at half time, or you get a big, massive rush at the end of the game because everyone gets up and everyone floods the bars. Now people can sit here watching TV, watching whatever sport they want, and they can just order to the table consistently. You know, we feel like we don't really have that big hit at half time or that big hit at the end of the match because people can sit there and just order without moving throughout the day. I mean, for me, it felt like, you know, the setup was seamless. You know, I was astonished how fast it was set up. You know, the guys came in and they put all the menus on and they essentially plugged the printer in and was like, you're ready to go. And I couldn't get my head around the fact that it was that simple. When the orders started flowing in, it was just, don't seem to have any issues with it. You know, it's just seamless. I think after about an hour, we all stood there and went, yeah, that was a good choice. I like how easy it is to refund. You know, if you have any issues, you know, you can go through the orders, how easy it is to find orders. You know, maybe go on normal POS systems and you try and find and track back, it can take you forever. On Peasy, you just do the advanced search, you can tap in the table number or anything like that, and you can find things instantly. You can refund things instantly from the tablet, which we keep behind the bar. Like, it's just seamless. It just seems like the future, really. You know, if we were trying to operate this without it, it wouldn't be possible. You know, the results speak for themselves. You know, setup costs are really quite minimal, aren't they? From my experience, you know, from the second it went in, it's been faultless. You know, if I could put all those card transactions through Peasy rather than tills, I probably would if I could. It was far, far simpler, far easier. You know, it takes so many steps out of the process of being able to get